Welcome back to Russell 1.5 News, bringing to you the latest, most reliable news in late 18th to early 19th century Europe. I'm Leonid, this is Comrade Timofey. Much like our last airing, we bring to you a documentary, fellow comrades, except this time with a larger budget. Three potatoes!
To begin our journey, let us leave these snowy northern lands and travel many miles west to the land of France, also known as the land of human rights. It is said that we do not know what is human rights.
It was there in France that for a decade, between 1789 to 1799, that the French Revolution was waged. A time of great radical social and political upheaval that changed the course of history throughout the land. For decades before the revolution, tensions were on the rise in France due to an ever-increasing debt, eventually leading to an impossible financial situation. With the lack of any other alternatives, taxes were raised and necessary reforms were created. By the late 1780s, the French Revolution was already underway. Driven by a depressed economy, Louis XVI's Master of Finance hoped to impose a general tax on land but needed the approval of an assembly of notables. Clearly, they were not in favor of this proposal and demanded that government spending be controlled by provincial assemblies. The government refused, and the notables responded, insisting that such a tax should be approved by the Estates General, which had last met in 1614.
Facing imminent bankruptcy, the king dismissed the notables and established the new taxes by decree. Judges of the Parliament of Paris rebelled, and the king attempted to exile them, but was met with much opposition. Finally, in July 1788, the Estates General was called to order. Petitions for a change from each of the 30 estates showed a surprising degree of consensus. Royal absolutism would give way to a constitutional monarchy, and individual liberties would have to be guaranteed by law. However, conflict over the leader of political reorganization eventually led to the Third Estate forming the National Assembly and swearing the oath of the tennis court.
Hello, and welcome to Time with Sergey. My guest today is Etienne de Repo, a French peasant. So grab your vodka, your favorite potato, and let's get started.
J'ai l'honneur de me retrouver ici, confortable dans ce fauteuil. C'est plus accueillant que ma mille de fois.
I did not understand anything you just said. Tell me, Etienne, how has your life changed due to the revolution?
Avant la Révolution, je n'étais que paysan triste. Je n'avais pas de sous pour acheter de pain à cause des récoltes médiocres et des taxations. En 1789, les choses ont commencé à changer et les révoltes se sont propagées partout. Mes semblables et moi, nous croyons mériter un travail du pain prix juste. C'est pourquoi nous nous sommes joints à la rébellion pour enfin déposer le roi Louis XVI.
Truly inspiring, even though I can't understand you.
Thank you, Etienne de Repo, for your time. Now I'd like to thank our sponsor, Stolichnaya Premium Vodka, best stuff on earth.
Meanwhile, angry crowds of peasants stormed through cities in anger and frustration over lack of bread. The National Assembly moved forward and issued the Declaration of the Rights of Man, guaranteeing freedom and independence for all French citizens.
A new meeting called the National Convention was put in place and was eventually divided into two competitive groups, the Girondists and the Mountain, the latter of which was led by a man known as Robespierre. Eventually, the Mountain joined forces with the laboring poor and arrested 31 Girondists for treason. All authority passed into the Mountain. From this platform, Robespierre carried out a mass arrest and execution of non-revolutionaries, consolidating the new French government. However, this lasted only until 1794, when Robespierre and his followers were brought down to the guillotine themselves.
It was a terrible time for France and a terrible end for Robespierre.
But soon France would find a new leader, a knight in short and shining armor. His name, Napoleon Bonaparte. Born in Corsica, he rose quickly in the ranks of the French army and campaigned successfully. In December 1799, Napoleon overthrew the Directory and was named First Consul of the French Republic. His Civil Code of 1804 reasserted the revolution's main ideas: equality of all male citizens and security of private property.
Napoleon also established the Bank of France. The peasants supported the reforms because they gained land and status. The Concordat of 1801, coordinated between Napoleon and Pope Pius VII, secured freedom of religion for French Catholics and gave Napoleon control over the French Church.
In 1804, Napoleon proclaimed himself emperor and crowned his beautiful wife, Josephine, too. Yeah.
Hello there, I am Ivan, new interviewer for Russia 1.5 News. I am filling in for Sergey today as he is absent from drinking lots of vodka last night. I have a very special guest today with me, Napoleon Bonaparte. Mr. Bonaparte, please tell us about your victories.
J'ai connu un grand succès comme leader des Français dans l'armée et comme empereur. J'ai augmenté le taux de combattants Roland de toutes les Malaisie. J'ai pris contrôle de l'Autriche, la Russie et la Prusse. J'ai unifié les États allemands et créé des États satellites comme l'Espagne.
By 1810, you controlled almost all of Western Europe. What do you plan to do in the future?
Je compte augmenter l'étendue et la puissance de mon grand empire. Quand j'aurai conquis l'Europe, je m'étendrai des par le monde et tous s'abaisseront devant moi.
Well, thank you, Mr. Bonaparte. And may I say that you have a lovely wife.
I'm currently in rural France, looking for the exiled Jesus Vargas. Hoping for an interview. I've been tracking him for weeks now. I know I'm getting close. I can hear the sound of guitar and the smell of salsa. Listen. Let's go.
Who's there? Voy dar copes a ti. Tengo una guitarra y salsa.
No, Jesus, it is me, Sergey, from Russia 1.5 News.
Ah, Dios mío. You're the idiot who exposed my identity in the Netherlands.
Oh yeah, well, I have some more questions. Like, why are you in a bush?
Well, even though I was exiled from my home country of Spain, I still love it and my mama there. So, when Napoleon tried to make Spain a French satellite in 1808, I joined the rebellion and tried to kick Napoleon's armies out of Madrid.
Good luck to you, Jesus Vargas.
Well, thank you. The rebellion is going much better now that Britain is helping our guerrilla forces. So we are stronger, and I am sure that Napoleon will be kicked out any day.
Thank you. Now back to you, Leonid. Leonid! Leonid!
This has been Russia 1.5 News. Welcome back. That French Revolution. Very fascinating revolutionary, eh, Timofey?
Da, I agree. Perhaps Russia will have her own revolution one day. But until then... Vodka!
This has been Russia 1.5 News.
Good job, Sid.
Perfect, yeah.
Go.
I'll have to do it.
Maybe I'm just pale then.
Both you guys are pale.
Maybe I'm just white. Maybe you're just racist.
Zoom in like a bit.
Yes, I am racist.
Again, the last one was good.
How was the revolution changed due to the revolution? I'm sorry.
Most valuable news, late 18th, 18th, to the early 19th.
I'd like to thank our sponsor, Stolichnaya Vodka.
We get.
I am currently in Russian accent.
Okay. Like, just raise it up. You're 10 minutes early.
Damn you.